Overprotective Hiashi, Hinata's father takes on Naruto. Episode 21. It was dawn. The rebellion of the Nine Tails is over. No one expected such a war. Wei Feng Shui Men, Uzumaki Jioshinai, and Ape Flying Lake Biwa all died in this war. Only one Naruto remained. Konoha's situation became delicate. Sarutobi did not bring Naruto back, but sent it to an ordinary family's home and let the other party take care of it on his behalf. Ostensibly, Konoha is undergoing post-disaster reconstruction, but in fact, the forces of all sides are competing. Ape Flying Sun chopping home. Representatives of the three families of Sarutobi Hinata, Sarutobi Shinosuke, and Ender Butterfly. The priority is to determine who will be the next Hokage. Who do you think is suitable? Sarutobi glanced at Sarutobi Shinosuke next to him. Judging by Sarutobi Hinata, Shinosuke is the most suitable candidate, his own eldest son. But there is a problem, that is, Shinosuke is not qualified enough. Not everyone is a Wei Feng Shui gate, and they can accumulate enough prestige at such a young age. Shinosuke is a lot worse. Nara Shikaku hesitated for a moment and said, 3 generations of adults. In our opinion, Shinosuke is the only candidate to succeed Hokage. Whether it is ability or otherwise, it meets the conditions. But the rest of Konoha won't see it that way. After all, Shinosuke's age and seniority are still a little different. It takes more accumulation. Ape Fei frowned. Shikahisa, do you have any ideas? Nara Shikaku said, my thoughts are this, Mio-sama, you can retake the Hokage's position on the grounds that Konoha does not have a suitable Hokage. At this time, you can give most of Hokage's work to Shinosuke. After that, create opportunities for Shinosuke to earn merit. In a few years, Shinosuke's qualifications and prestige will be greatly enhanced. At this time, you retire from the position of Hokage, then Shinosuke can smoothly ascend to the throne, and no one will have any more opinions. Sarutobi thought about it. It's a really good idea. Actually, except for Shinosuke, Jiraiya, and Tsunade, they are all good candidates, but unfortunately, both of them are not interested in the position of Hokage. Otherwise, the 4th generation would not be Watergate. So be it, you guys go back first. The 3 got up. Yes, 3 generations of adults. Sarutobi looked at Sarutobi Shinosuke and said, do you think I'm cold-blooded? 4 generations have just passed away, and your mother is still lying in the cemetery. I'm in a hurry to determine the Hokage. Sarutobi Shinosuke nodded and shook his head again. Father, you must have a reason for doing this. Yes, I have a reason why I have to. Ape Fei sighed and said, the dead are dead, the life of the living will continue. We must first consider the living people, and then we can remember the dead. I'm sadder than you for the death of Lake Biwa. After all, she is my wife. I've spent a lot more time with her than you. Ape Fei paused and said, now the situation in Konoha is very complicated. The main forces come from the major families, and we Ape Fei and Pig Deer Butterfly are counted as one. After that it's Uchiha, Hinata, Shinosuke. You have to remember one thing, Konoha, you must not let someone from the great ninja family inherit Naruto. Absolutely not. Once the position of Hokage is in their hands, then Konoha will become their personal property. Sarutobi Shinosuke nodded. What about Uncle Tuanzo? Tuanzo? Ape Fei frowned. Danzo is not suitable for Hokage. And at this time, what Ape Flying Sun said was not suitable for being the Hokage's group, and he really fell into a thick excitement. My opportunity has finally come. I didn't expect Watergate to die so quickly and so easily. Jiraiya, Tsunade, are not in Konoha, and they don't want to be Hokage. Shinosuke, not enough seniority. Uchiha Fugaku and Hinata Hayashi, these 2 people, ambition is there, but the other families will not agree. Konoha can't let their 2 families continue to grow. The only one who qualifies is me. Shimura Danzo. Danzo suddenly sighed, and said with a somewhat complicated expression, after waiting for so many years, it was finally my turn, and I should have inherited the position of Hokage back then. But Kuruma-sensei actually gave Hokage to Hikage. Hinata, you can't make a Hokage at all. Looking ahead, hesitating, Uchiha Fugaku coldly watched as the people in the dark and root parts withdrew one by one. These people in Konoha have now completely treated my Uchiha clan as outsiders, even enemies. How can I trust such a village? The problems within the clan must be solved as soon as possible. In this way, I have the energy to deal with Konoha. Hinata raised her glass and toasted in the direction of the Nine Tails Rebellion. Watergate, you are a good person and a good Hokage. It's just that the current Konoha, those people in Konoha now, are not worth it. Suddenly, a voice sounded in Hinata's head. System cooling is complete. Guys, don't you have a single reader today? No one replied, no one cast flowers, no one voted. Bleak. Episode 22. Hinata's eyes lit up sharply. System, transfer now. In transit. The transfer was successful. Obtain the blood succession limit. Writing wheel I. Current level, kaleidoscope. Gain a vortex physique. Chakra level increase. Current level, super shadow. The transmission of the results of the 2nd year of hanging up was completed. A complex pattern appeared in Hinata's eyes. Sharingan and white eyes are completely different feelings. Hinata Hayashi seriously felt that he had newly obtained the blood succession limit. Compared with the white eye, the riding wheel eye will lack some of the insight in the insight. There is no perspective, farsight, coercion these functions, but the dynamic capture ability of the riding wheel eye is stronger than the white eye. That's why Kakashi can have a replica ninja title. And the kaleidoscope riding wheel eye, compared to the ordinary riding wheel eye, will have 3 more abilities. 1 eye, 1 ability, and Susanoo. Hinata looked down at her arm. A burst of chakra, condensed under the control of Hinata. After that, a light blue, translucent huge arm appeared on Hinata's arm, and the veins of the bones inside were clearly visible. Soft fist. Hinata's other hand slapped heavily on the pale blue arm. Bang! A sound sounded, and the light blue arm was not damaged in any way. Hinata nodded in satisfaction. Sure enough, it is worthy of Susanoo, one of the iconic abilities of the Uchiha clan, and the soft fist I used just now has reached the level of upper ninja, but it has not been able to cause the slightest damage to it. Hinata's thoughts moved, and the light blue arm disappeared. I don't know what my kaleidoscope riding wheel eye will be. Hinata closed her eyes and focused all her attention on her eyes. Some information entered Hinata's mind. Left eye, illusion, perceptual deprivation, sight, smell, and hearing can deprive the enemy of any 1, or 2, or 3, constantly switching the perception of the other party. Hinata's eyebrows moved slightly. This ability may seem harmless, but in fact, it will be very useful in the process of fighting. And ninjas' battles usually require the help of perception, sight, hearing, smell. These 3 are the most important. Once it is disturbed, then it is impossible to fully exert its strength. For high-end ninjas, the slightest mistake can become a reason for death. Hinata looked at her right eye in the mirror again. Right eye, time stands still, 1 second. Hinata's eyes lit up, and Hinata was more satisfied with this ability. Although the time at rest is only 1 second, but for a ninja, a second can already do many, many things. Hinata Hayashi imagined her own way of fighting. First, with the perceptual deprivation of the left eye, it affects the enemy, and then quickly rushes to the enemy. And when the enemy is in a hurry, the time of activating the right eye is still 1 second. You will have unlimited fire rights in this second time. As long as the other party is not far stronger than Hinata Hayashi, then Hinata Hayashi will have absolute certainty and kill the other party. Moreover, the results of the second year of hanging up received this time, in addition to the kaleidoscope riding wheel eye, there is also a vortex physique. In a sense, the physique of the whirlpool is the strongest one among the 6 branches of the big tube. Whether it is the recovery ability or the amount of chakra, it is far beyond others. My perception ability has been further improved now. Wait, now that I've obtained the vortex physique, can I learn the sealing technique? The status of sealing in the Hokage world is very special and important. Otherwise, the country of the whirlpool would not be jealous of other countries and ninja villages. So many countries and ninja villages joined forces to destroy the country of whirlpools. For elephant seal, Bagua seal, King Kong seal, and even ghoul seal, I should be able to learn these sealing techniques. It's just that the ape flying sun slash, it will definitely not give it to me so simply. Hinata got up and looked in the direction of the Hokage building. However, I don't need to be too jealous of the ape flying sun slash now. The strength of the Hyuga clan is still not as good as the entire Konoha, but my personal strength is already above the shadow level. Ape flying sun slash, Shimura Danzo, will not be my opponent. A figure walked in. Hayashi-sama, what's going on? Here is a letter for you, sent in the form of a shuriken. I did not open it. Hinata took it and nodded. I know, go down. Yes. Hinata opened the letter and raised her eyebrows. Uchiha Fugaku wants to see me again. It seems that Uchiha Fugaku made a decision, and it was the incident of the Nine Tails Rebellion that put pressure on him. Episode 23. It's still the same woods as last time. There was a 3-meter gap between the two. Uchiha Fugaku looked at Hinata Hayashi and seemed to feel what had changed in Hinata Hayashi's body, and the current Hinata Hayashi gave Uchiha Fugaku a very subtle feeling. But what it is, Uchiha Fugaku can't say. Hayashi, I agreed to your proposal last time. Really? Yes, I seriously thought about it. Uchiha Fugaku said, on the night of the Nine Tails Rebellion, the residence of our entire Uchiha clan was firmly guarded. No one from the Uchiha clan is allowed to go out, not even me. Mikoto and Kushina are very good friends. I also have a good relationship with Watergate. That night, I wanted to support Watergate, but the Dark Department was very determined. Even those who step out of the station, kill without amnesty. Konoha, there is no room for us Uchiha clans. Hinata nodded. Konoha's high-level jealousy of the Uchiha family has never stopped. Firstly, Uchiha is the first family in Konoha, and second, this is a historical legacy. From the beginning of Senjuma, he had deep suspicions about the Uchiha clan. In fact, Hinata's situation is not much better than that of your Uchiha clan, so I will make up my mind to make changes to Hinata. Otherwise, internal and external troubles will not help no matter how strong the ability is. Uchiha Fugaku felt the same way about this sentence. The current Uchiha Fugaku just feels that he has empty power, but he doesn't know where to use it. Hayashi, what do you mean by that? Uchiha Fugaku was a little envious of the caged bird spell mark of the Hyuga clan. If the Uchiha clan had a similar spell mark, then Uchiha Fugaku could easily control the people below. But Hinata, it is impossible to take out this spell seal. And simple coercion and inducement are ineffective. The human heart is the most unpredictable. Hinata Hayashi said, the method is actually very simple, and besides, now is a good opportunity. Now the situation in Konoha is bad. The Nine Tails have caused a lot of damage to Konoha. The fourth generation of Hokage died, and Konoha's strength has weakened to a fairly low level. The position at the head of the 5 major ninja villages is definitely not guaranteed. Fugaku, you only need a little guidance. Those restless people in the Uchiha clan will involuntarily jump out. Then, things will be simple after that. Uchiha Fugaku frowned. Kill? That's right, kill. Hinata Hayashi said, Uchiha's current faction is roughly divided into 2 parts. One is conservative, which is also what Fugaku advocates, because it is still unrealistic to fight the entire Konoha with the power of one clan. The conservative approach is to stabilize the interior, accumulate strength, and maintain a relative balance with the Konoha high level. The other part is the radicals, overconfident in the strength of your Uchiha clan. They really think about the interests of your Uchiha clan, but their methods will harm all of you. Uchiha Fugaku frowned. This approach is very bold. If it is not handled well, it will turn the feigned rebellion into a real rebellion. Then the Uchiha family will face a catastrophe. Uchiha Fugaku, it's not that he didn't think about this way before, but the idea has just arisen, that is, to give up. I'm afraid it's not easy to execute. Hinata Hayashi smiled and said, that's why Fugaku, you need to trade with me, don't you? You definitely want to get this method, but the execution is not very easy to control. However, with the help of our Hyuga clan, then there will be no problem. I can assure you that as long as those people enter the agreed place, then we Hyuga can guarantee that they will not be able to walk out of the place, and we will never let any of them go. Uchiha Fugaku fell silent, thought about it for a long time. It was a difficult decision. Finally, Uchiha Fugaku considered completion. If you don't break or stand, then the day will trouble you. You're welcome, we're just a fair deal. Uchiha Fugaku nodded and said, I'll send it to you Hinata, as soon as possible. Good. The deal between the two was officially reached. What Uchiha Fugaku really needs is not Hinata's advice. The latter one is the point. With the strength currently controlled by Uchiha Fugaku, there is no guarantee that all the radicals within Uchiha can be killed, but with the help of the Hyuga clan, it is possible. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes showed a cold color. You really want to do better for the Uchiha clan, but your direction is wrong. The Uchiha clan now has no capital to compete with the entire Konoha. Therefore, you must die. But the Uchiha clan will remember you. The Uchiha family is strong, but it is not the entire family that is strong, but only those few people who are brilliant. Before it was Uchiha Madara, Uchiha Senna, and now, there is only one Uchiha Fugaku. The rest of the clansmen are useless. Episode 24. Fugaku, have you already decided? Mikoto Uchiha looked at Fugaku Uchiha. Next to it, a small baby lay in the cradle. It was none other than Sasuke. Yes, Uchiha Fugaku said, the Uchiha family has reached the point where they have to become. Those radicals will sooner or later drag our entire Uchiha clan into the abyss. The current Uchiha clan is not Konoha's opponent at all, and the rebellion has only one result, being exterminated. But the radicals are not aware of this. Therefore, Uchiha Fugaku had to make a choice. Method, Uchiha Fugaku thought, but only Hinata can help. Ape flying and pig deer butterfly, or other forces, can also do it. However, only Hinata is the most suitable. Because Uchiha is the #1 family in Konoha, Hinata is second. The situation of the Hyuga clan in Konoha is not much better than that of the Uchiha clan, and they are also jealous of Konoha. So the existence of the Uchiha clan is good for the Hinata clan. Uchiha Fugaku believes Hinata Hayashi can see this. Therefore, when the Hyuga clan is helping, they will not take advantage of the fire too much. In addition to Hinata, choosing other forces may lead to the true demise of the Uchiha clan, and those forces will take this opportunity to deal a deep blow to Uchiha. Then, Uchiha Fugaku's plan will become self-defeating. To put it simply, in the current situation, no one can change the situation of the family and the situation of the village with the strength of one person, each limited to its own conditions. Uchiha Fugaku just made a choice under limited conditions. But even this choice is not easy to come by. First of all, the internal strife of the Hyuga clan has not been settled, so Uchiha Fugaku has no way to ask for help. Second, if Hinata Hayashi is not far-sighted enough, then Uchiha Fugaku's request will not be accepted either. For Uchiha Fugaku, it was lucky. The appearance of Hinata Hayashi gave Uchiha Fugaku a little hope. It's going to be hard Mitsuki. This is of Mitsuki's own free will, you don't have to blame yourself too much. Moreover, this is for the sake of the entire family. While Uchiha Fugaku was preparing for the plan, Hinata was also busy with another matter. In the Ninetales Rebellion, Sarutobi Hinata ordered the Hyuga clan to come to support. Hinata Hayashi sent members of the Order of Elders. Former member of the Order of Elders. These moths of the Hyuga clan have taken up so many of Hinata's resources. It's time for them to make some contribution to Hinata. Young ninja, Hinata Hayashi, sent not a single one. This made Sarutobi Hinata a little dissatisfied with the Hyuga clan, but now Sarutobi Hinata doesn't have the energy to blame the Hinata clan. Moreover, Hinata's approach can also be said to be in the past. After all, people came out. Moreover, dead people. Yes, several members of the elders died in the process of stopping the Nine Tails. The rest are also all seriously injured. Hayashi-sama. Seeing Hinata Hayashi walk in, these injured elders all got up and saluted Hinata Hayashi, even if they were very dissatisfied with Hinata Hayashi. But the bird spell mark in the cage had firmly grasped their lifeline. With one thought, Hinata would die. Hard work. I know you may hold a grudge against me and think that I deliberately sent you to death and hurt. That's right, that's what I intended. Because, this is what you owe Hinata. You have plundered so many resources from the Hyuga clan for so many years. These resources should have belonged to other clansmen. Maybe with these resources, they can become stronger. They wouldn't be injured during the mission. Don't die in mission. But these resources have become the capital you enjoy. You owe the entire Hyuga clan. Several elders lowered their heads. Hinata Hayashi continued, the matter has passed. I don't want to pursue it too much. You have been injured. This time you are injured for Hinata, so I will give you the treatment you deserve. And as for the dead, I will also order people to carve stone tablets and record their names. I want you to remember that. Hinata's clansmen must focus on Hinata's overall interests. People who are harmful to Hinata, I will not hesitate to get rid of. But I will also remember those who have done merit to Hinata. Hinata Hayashi's words were not only addressed to these elders, but to all the Hyuga clan, using these elders as an example. Let all the Hyuga clan understand their ideas and means. Carrot in one hand, stick in the other. In this way, we can work together. Hyuga Family Council Building. There are 3 floors in total. On the first floor, the regular conference room, all members of the Hyuga clan can apply for access. On the second floor, the group of elders, Hinata High-Rise Conference Room. On the third floor, the Patriarch Conference Room. At this moment, Hyuga Hayashi gathered the Hyuga High Level and the new elder group all on the third floor. Regarding the Uchiha plan, Hinata alone is not enough. Their cooperation is needed. Episode 25. Hinata looked at the group of elders first. Elders, do you all understand the responsibilities and obligations of the current group of elders? Got it. The representative of the elders, Hinata Yutoku, stood up. The work of the elder group is mainly divided into 2 aspects. One is advice, including advice to the Patriarch, and Hinata's cadres, but they only have the right to make suggestions and cannot participate in it. You can't make a decision. The second is the right to supervise Hinata's cadres, and once Hinata cadres do something suspicious, they need to report the matter to the Patriarch. Hinata nodded. Very good. I believe that the new elder group must be in existence that will make a greater contribution to Hinata. Next, I'll say the first thing. Hinata Hayashi said, in this Nine Tails rebellion, we sacrificed some people. These people are considered to be sacrificed for Hinata, and the Sarutobi Hinata forced us to have Hinata's people go. It's pressure from Konoha. The village. Family. I believe everyone understands this. These people, although they have done a lot of harmful things to the Hyuga clan before, this time they really died for Hinata. Therefore, I decided to build a garden of honor next to the cemetery of the Hyuga clan. After that, a stone monument was erected in the garden of honor, and their names were carved on the stone tablet. This matter, leave it to the elder group, you will do it. Hinata Yutoku was a little moved. Yes, Patriarch. The honor stone monument may not be much for young people, but for the elderly, it has a different meaning, who have lived in the Hyuga clan for many years, has a deep affection for Hinata. The name carved on the stone tablet represents the identity of the Hyuga family. For Hinata Hayashi, this is nothing. Spending a little resource can help improve family cohesion. That is a very cost-effective thing. The second thing, during this time, Konoha may enter a rather chaotic period. About the battle for the position of Hokage. And my request to you is not to contact anyone who woos you. I'll do it, that's enough. An elder raised his hand. Patriarch, I have an idea. You say, we, the Hyuga clan, may not be able to participate in this matter. If the clan elder wants to compete for the position of Hokage, with the strength of our Hyuga clan, plus the Oil Girl clan, the Inuzuka clan, there is a great chance. Nope, Hinata Hayashi directly refused. The position of the Hokage is not important. Moreover, in the current situation, it is completely impossible for us Hyuga clan to compete for the position of the Hokage. Ape Flying Sun, Pig Deer Butterfly, Dark Part, Root, Little Ninja Family, will not agree. Even their main hostile target will change from Uchiha to our Hinata. At this time, we participate in the entry, and there is no harm but no benefit. Even the Oil Girl and the Inuzuka families will not support us. Don't mention this matter again. Hinata paused for a moment. Okay, the things I want to say, all of you are done, you all go back. Hinata, you stay. Everyone walked out one after another. In the conference room, only 2 people remained, Hinata Hayashi and Hinata. Brother? Hinata Hayashi said, I made a deal with Uchiha Fugaku. In 3 days, Uchiha Fugaku will purge the Uchiha family. He will gather people in a specific building, and what we have to do is help Uchiha Fugaku guard all exits. You can't let anyone who shouldn't be alive leave alive. Hinata's pupils shrank slightly, but he didn't ask more. Brother, how many people do you need? 6 Shainin, plus you and me. The chosen person must be absolutely trustworthy and tight-mouthed, and this matter cannot be leaked out in any slightest. Hinata's expression became serious. I see, brother, I'll arrange it right away. Good. Uchiha Fugaku secretly and constantly guided. Radicals are fooled easily, much easier than Uchiha Fugaku expected. Casually dropping a fishing hook, these people bite the hook like stupid big heads. But after thinking about it, Uchiha Fugaku felt normal again. If these people are not really brainless, how can they not see the current situation of the Uchiha clan? Radicalization is of no use to Uchiha now. 3 days later, a shuriken landed on Hinata's courtyard doorpost. Hinata Hayashi removes the shuriken. It's time. Immediately, Hinata looked around a corner. Day difference, it's time to go. Yes. 6 figures, following Hinata. Fugaku Uchiha brought most of the members of the radical faction to a building on the edge of Uchiha. A very old building. The Uchiha guardians, who were close to the station, had been fragmented by Uchiha Fugaku's henchmen. The 8 members of Hinata entered without any obstruction. Episode 26. This is it. A member of Uchiha leads the way. Very small. Teenage look. Maybe not even yet. Such a person can gain the trust of Uchiha Fugaku. It must be different. But Uchiha Itachi, the age is not right. The current Uchiha Itachi is only 5 years old. Suddenly, a name entered Hinata's mind. Uchiha stops the water. Descendants of Uchiha Kagami. Definitely not some son. Uchiha Kagami died at the age of 25, saying that Uchiha Shisui is the grandson of Uchiha Kagami, and there is still a certain possibility. For Uchiha Shuizu, Hinata doesn't like it, nor does he hate it. Born in the Uchiha clan, but the whole person's position is on Konoha's side. Inherited Uchiha Kagami, the so-called Will of Fire. It can be said that without Uchiha stopping the water, the Uchiha family may still be exterminated, but it will not be as unbearable as in the original work, and in the original work, there is not even a little resistance. The patriarch has gathered them all here. There are 3 exits, a main entrance, 2 side doors, but it's possible for them to leave from the roof. Hinata nodded. I see. Hinata, you take 2 people and guard a side door. There are 4 people left, guard the other side door. Hinata subconsciously felt that it was not okay. Brother, you are alone, guarding the main gate? That's right. It's too dangerous. No, there is no danger. Hinata Hayashi said, I made this decision. I have carefully judged. Hinata, I may be stronger than you think. These people can't help me. So it was decided. Okay, be careful, brother. Hinata nodded. Let's get started. After all 8 Hinata stood in their positions, the little boy who led the way delivered a message to Uchiha Fugaku inside. A crow swooped down and called out very loudly. Uchiha Fugaku agreed. Immediately, look at the people in front of him. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Kill Sarutobi Hinata, kill Danzo, kill Koharu, kill Mito Manyen, then we, the Uchiha clan, will become the true masters of Konoha. Whoever disobeys us, we will kill them. Do you all agree with my decision? These dozens of people are all members of the radical list, but Uchiha Fugaku still has a glimmer of hope for them. After all, this is his own people, and it is always good to be able to die a few less. Uchiha Fugaku very much hoped that someone would hesitate at this time. However, Uchiha Fugaku was disappointed. These people did not hesitate in the slightest. Even if they heard Uchiha Fugaku's almost bullying words, no one hesitated, and even they became even more excited. Kill them all, with blood, to forge the glory of our Uchiha clan. Only we Uchiha are worthy to be the leader of Konoha. It was the Thousand Hands clan who, from our hands, stole the fruits of victory. The Thousand Hands clan is in decline, no matter what. It should be our turn, but at this time, the group of monkeys of the ape-flying clan actually robbed what should belong to us. Those monkeys, damn it. The ape-flying family, the pig-deer butterfly, must die. Hinata, Oil Girl, Inuzuka, Kurama, will all be our slaves. Uchiha Fugaku felt very uncomfortable hearing these words. It's so arrogant. It's really sad that the Uchiha clan has you people. Even when Uchiha was alive, he wasn't as crazy as you. There is no life of Uchiha, but there is Uchiha's disease. Uchiha Fugaku disliked Uchiha very much, and felt that it was the behavior of Uchiha that led to the decline of the Uchiha clan, and under the continuous targeting of the Senju, it was defeated. And among the clansmen, many were affected by the deeds of Uchiha and became radical. If that's the case, then go and die. For Uchiha, a powerful momentum suddenly erupted from Uchiha Fugaku's body. Bang! A member of Uchiha was immediately knocked away by Uchiha Fugaku and smashed heavily on the wall. Blood spurted out. The ground was stained red. Patriarch, what are you doing? Uchiha Fugaku's face was awe-inspiring. I'm cleaning the portal. You don't know the current situation of the Uchiha clan. Your mind is full of tyranny that does not correspond to reality, and you will only lead Uchiha into the abyss. In order to save Uchiha, you can only die. One Uchiha member reacted. Uchiha Fugaku, you traitor. I didn't expect that you have become Konoha's dog, and you are not worthy to be our patriarch. Kill Uchiha Fugaku and elect a new patriarch. Let the new patriarch lead our Uchiha clan to the true peak. Kill. These people's eyes immediately turned red. Uchiha Fugaku snorted coldly. Just you? I can't even beat it, and you still want to conquer the whole of Konoha? Episode 27. Uchiha Fugaku's strength is far stronger than them. It is also a chakra eye, but there is a world of difference between the kaleidoscope chakra eye and the ordinary chakra eye. A dozen people besieged Uchiha Fugaku. However, it failed to pose the slightest threat to Uchiha Fugaku. Instead, it was themselves, who injured several in an instant. Escape. Some people saw that the situation was wrong and quickly ran outside. Get out and tell everyone this information. Uchiha Fugaku betrayed our Uchiha clan and has become Konoha's lackeys. Konoha is going to do something to our Uchiha clan. There must be resistance. Hearing these words, Uchiha Fugaku's face immediately sank. It was precisely because of this concern that Uchiha Fugaku did not make a move on them until a deal was reached with Hinata Hayashi to carry out this plan. Because once one escapes, then Uchiha's situation will be very bad by this person. The Uchiha clan, there is no need for people like you. Uchiha Fugaku snorted coldly. Tonight, all of you will die, and none of you will be able to escape. Do you think I'm improvisation? Of course not. I had already made a perfect plan, and all the escape routes had been blocked by my people. Hopeless. A Uchiha man stared at Uchiha Fugaku deadly. Uchiha Fugaku, do you think that everyone like you wants to be Konoha's lackey? I am a person from Uchiha. Can it be that other people from Uchiha will really kill me? They're not that cruel. Only you traitor. I will show you your true face. Hinata Hayashi heard footsteps and couldn't help but look at the gate in front of her. Here it is. Uchiha Fugaku showed a sneer. Who said that the one guarding the door is someone from the Uchiha clan? The position of conservatives and Uchiha Fugaku is the same, but after all, it is the people of the Uchiha clan, and they will have some feelings for these radical clansmen. If you have feelings, you will hesitate. And once hesitate, radical people have a chance to escape. That wasn't what Uchiha Fugaku wanted, but if you change to Hinata's person, then there is no problem. Hinata's people will not have a dime in love with the people of the Uchiha clan. This is a deal, and Hinata's people will only act according to the content of the transaction. How much comes, how much to kill? White eyes. Hinata Hayashi looked ahead, even if there was a gate barrier, but the perspective ability of the white eyes allowed Hinata Hayashi to see the situation inside clearly. Crunch. A Uchiha clan pushed open the door. There is no time to rejoice. Suddenly, a figure suddenly came in front of him. Soft fist. Hinata's fist is not something that ordinary people can bear. Hypershadow level chakra. The physique of the Whirlpool family. Top white eyes. Hinata can accurately find the opponent's weakness in an instant, and then pour all his strength into the enemy's weakness, condensing Chakra's fist. Bang! A huge bang. Immediately, this Uchiha's eyes widened, and his eyes almost bulged out of the sockets. Poof! A mouthful of blood involuntarily spurted out. Hinata! Uchiha's expression became hideous. Why, are you here? It's Uchiha Fugaku. Damn it. I actually invited outsiders to help. Traitor! Unexpectedly united with outsiders, to target us clansmen. Uchiha Fugaku, you are not worthy to be our patriarch. And you, Hinata, have you also become a lackey of Konoha? We also think that you are the second largest family in Konoha, second only to us Uchiha. Now it seems that you don't deserve it at all. Unworthy for us to look at. Hinata withdrew his fist and looked at this Uchiha lightly. This is the reason why Uchiha Fugaku is the patriarch, and you are not. Not because you are not strong enough, but because your brain is not very bright. You don't understand at all the rules of a family's operation. A reckless man who only knows how to rush up will never understand. Die in peace. The Uchiha clan will be better because of your death. Hinata made up for the punch and thoroughly understood the man's life. Damn, I'm going to fight you. A Uchiha in the back saw this picture and immediately fell into madness. Hinata's, die. Hinata raised her eyebrows slightly. Sanguyu, it's good. It looks slightly stronger. I hope you don't let me down. In this transaction, Hinata Hayashi also had a plan to test his current strength. These Uchiha people, although not as good as Hinata, but the strength is still okay. Especially with the Sharingan, not only are their fire escapes illusions, but also relatively easy to see the opponent's movements. Come on. Episode 28. Illusion. Sangoya turned in the eyes of this Uchiha member. The next moment, Hinata Hayashi felt that the scene around him changed, turning into a lava place, and lava rolled everywhere under his feet, and the temperature was extremely high. Break! But in just a moment, the scene of the illusion disappeared. The same as the pupil blood succession limit. Because of the white eyes, the Hyuga family is far more resistant to illusion than other ordinary people, and this level of illusion has no effect on Hyuga Hayashi. It's too weak. Hinata Hayashi was a little disappointed. Originally, Hinata Hayashi also hoped that this Uchiha's illusion could cause him a lot of trouble, so that he would use the kaleidoscope chakra eye to fight. No, crush. But unexpectedly, just the illusion resistance attached to the white eyes allowed Hinata Hayashi to break this illusion. Impossible. This Uchiha's eyes widened. How could you have broken my illusion so quickly? This Uchiha is very confident in his illusions, but unexpectedly, even for a second, it did not trap Hinata. Without him, it's just because your illusion is too weak. Hinata did not hesitate and stepped forward. Soft fist. There are no too many bells and whistles. One punch directly hits the man's fatal point. Fire, the art of the fireball. A huge fireball flew towards Hinata. The intense heat seems to burn the air. Hinata narrowed her eyes slightly. Go back to heaven. The whole person rotated at an extremely high speed, and chakra formed a ball, spherical shield around Hinata, and chakra almost turned into substance. Bang! The fireball crashed into Hinata's back to the sky and bounced back directly. This Uchiha didn't expect it at all, so much so that when the fireball bounced back, he wanted to dodge, but it was too late. Compared with Uchiha's fireball technique, this one is too far behind. This Uchiha flew out upside down, life and death unknown. The deaths of several people in succession made the remaining Uchiha realize that Hinata Hyashi's strength was not something they could easily provoke, and his hand was extremely accurate, and one blow could be fatal. Not easier to deal with than Uchiha Fugaku. Side door, go to side door. A crowd of people swarmed towards the two side doors. However, the side door is still blocked. On one side are the 4 kami shinobi of the Hyuga Clan. On one side are the 2 upper shinobi of the Hyuga Clan, plus the elite Hyuga shinobi. Soft fist. Uchiha's people panicked. Hinata, on the other hand, was prepared, plus the clairvoyance of the white eye. As soon as Uchiha's talent broke through the door, Hinata's attacks followed. There are not many ninjas who want to withstand the close-range soft boxing, and there are not many ninjas who can withstand it. One punch after another, all hit the key point of Uchiha's people. Retreat, retreat. Hinata walked in. Hinata, and the others also pressed in. Uchiha Fugaku took a step back. 9 people, each in 4 different directions, trapped Uchiha's radical faction firmly in it. Uchiha Fugaku, what exactly do you want to do? Are you really going to kill us all? We are your people. Does being Konoha's lackey really make you so happy? Uchiha Fugaku looked at this man coldly. I have never been a lackey of Konoha. All I consider is the interests of the Uchiha clan, and the interests are maximized. You guys are Uchiha's cancer, and it will only bring harm to Uchiha. Therefore, I must clear you. Of the dozens of members of the radical faction, a dozen have now died, and there are 30 left. Hinata, this is our internal matter of Uchiha. It's none of your Hinata's business. Get out. This is our Uchiha station, not your Hinata's people can come in. Some radicals took aim at Hinata. I invited them over. I have to admit that your strength, with me alone, it is difficult to take you all down, so I found Hiashi to help, and I am grateful that they are willing to come. Hinata Hyuga looked at Uchiha Fugaku. Fugaku, hurry up. After a long time, I'm afraid someone will realize it's wrong. Uchiha Fugaku nodded. Good. The next moment, the 3-hook jade in Uchiha Fugaku's eyes turned. In front of Hinata, Uchiha Fugaku didn't want to use the kaleidoscope Sharingan. At this point in time, the kaleidoscope riding wheel eye is still a secret, and Hinata Hyuga and the others opened their eyes at the same moment. Kill. Uchiha's radicals were furious. You guys, don't get too carried away. Are we really meat on a chopping board? Fugaku, you traitor, and Hinata's people, even if we die, we will definitely pull you as a cushion. Let's all die. Episode 29. But this is a battle that they are not destined to win. Neither Uchiha Fugaku nor Hinata Hyuga even used their full strength. Uchiha Fugaku holds a shuriken and stabs at the point of the radicals, and Hinata Hyuga, there is no weapon in his hand, but the lethality is no worse than Uchiha Fugaku. Chakra condenses above the fist to form a soft fist. Hit the key points of the opponent directly. Even if it does not cause death, it will inevitably cause the other party's chakra to be affected, and chakra is the root of ninjutsu ninjas. One radical after another fell. The rest fell into complete madness, their eyes red. Suddenly, a radical covered his eyes and wailed. Ryosuke, damn it, you dared to kill Ryosuke. Unforgivable, unforgivable. The ninja fell into a rage. Hinata Hyuga suddenly thought of something. That is, the opening conditions of the kaleidoscope riding wheel eye. The first point must reach the state of 3-hook jade. Second, witnessing the death of loved ones and friends, such a strong mental stimulation can lead to the opening of the kaleidoscope blood chakra eye. And now, this person Yujibwa has obviously reached such conditions. 2 conditions, a perfect fit, plus a great talent. Uchiha Fugaku's face changed, and his expression became very serious. Subconsciously, Uchiha Fugaku looked at Hinata. At this moment, Uchiha Fugaku's emotions are mixed. The other party can open the kaleidoscope riding wheel eye, which proves that this person's talent is very ordinary. But it is a pity that now he and the other party are already in an unending state. It would be nice if it weren't for the radicals. My Uchiha clan has 2 pairs of kaleidoscopes, so I won't be so passive. It's a pity. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the other party and made a decision. But now, there is no way. It's come this far, even if you open the kaleidoscope blood will I must kill you. Hinata's eyes flickered. Ordinary Sharingan, Hyuga Hayashi is not interested, but kaleidoscope Sharingan, Hyuga Hayashi is interested. This ninja also felt a change in himself. This power? Unprecedented power? What is it? Is this the true power of the Sharingan? In the face of this terrifying force, who can resist? This Uchiha looked at Hinata. White eyes, just rubbish. Now, I want you to see what is the real pupil blood succession limit. The next moment, this Uchiha's momentum changed abruptly. Hinata Hayashi glanced at Hinata next to him and said, Hinata, you go to the side, the next battle is not something you can participate in. Yes, brother. Hinata did not refuse. In the current situation, Hinata's difference is clear. Staying on your own will only be a burden. That's not something you can deal with at all. What kind of power is this? A higher level state of the Sharingan? Judging from the reaction of the elder brother, the elder brother knows. What level will the strength of the elder brother be now? Holding such doubts, Hinata retreated with 6 Hyuga clansmen. If you want to run, no way. The Uchiha member showed a wicked smile. I said, you all have to die. But at this moment, a figure suddenly blocked in front of this Uchiha member. Soft fist, break the empty palm. A strong wind slammed towards the Uchiha member. Bang! Immediately, this Uchiha member took several steps back. Hinata looked at the person. Your opponents are me and Fugaku. Make no mistake. Uchiha Fugaku came to the other side of the man. Very well, you too. But, do you think, you will be my opponent? This level of power is simply not something you can achieve. Since you insist, then I will kill you first. An intricate pattern appeared in the eyes of this Uchiha member. Endless black flame, burn. Hinata raised her eyebrows slightly. Amaterasu? The same move as Uchiha Itachi. Burning black flame. The introduction is very domineering. But even if Uchiha used it, it didn't kill a few people. It can't be extinguished, but it can be sealed. Hinata clearly remembered that when Jiraiya faced Uchiha Itachi, he used a fire seal to seal Uchiha Itachi's Amaterasu. And the fire seal, Hinata just will. After obtaining the vortex physique, Hinata had already collected a batch of sealed books. The 4 elephants seal, the Bagua seal, the King Kong seal, and the Ghoul seal. These Hyuga will not get it for a while. But the fire seal is not something too precious. First, he avoided the other party's sight and hid in the stone pillar, and then, a scroll was taken out by Hinata. The art of sealing. The next moment, all the flames on the ground were absorbed by the scroll. Are there any other moves? Episode 30. This can't be. Awakening a kaleidoscope and gaining new powers. The Uchiha member is confident in his strength and feels that he can definitely beat everyone present. Hinata Hayashi, Uchiha Fugaku, will not be his opponent. However, he did not expect that his kaleidoscope ability to right the wheel I was so simple to be cracked by Hinata Hayashi, relying on a scroll and a sealing technique. In fact, the kaleidoscope chakra eye is not so invincible. The reason why it will be very strong is only because the ability is very special, and it is difficult to be prepared without enough intelligence, and the ability of Uchiha to bring soil is so strong. It seems that no amount of attack can be effective. However, it can be cracked by continuously attacking Uchiha Obito for 5 minutes. Then you can taste this again. The Uchiha member opened his right eye to Hinata. Illusion, dark chamber. A powerful force acted on Hinata's body. The next moment, the scene around Hinata Hayashi changed, turning into a dark secret room. There are walls on all sides, and there is no light. There was no sound. Being stuck in this kind of place for a long time can drive people crazy. Hinata Hayashi is not nervous, because, kaleidoscopic riding wheel eyes, Hinata Hayashi is not nothing. But now Hinata Hayashi does not feel the need to take it out. White eyes. The illusion resistance of the white eye is very high, and the illusion used by several members of Uchiha on Hinata Hayashi before was only broken by Hinata Hayashi in just an instant. But this time, it's different. Sure enough, it is worthy of a kaleidoscope riding wheel eye. With my current white eyes, it is very difficult to break through this illusion. But I'm not just a blank eye. Kaleidoscope, I have it too. A powerful pupil force burst out from Hinata's eyes. Break, click. It's like a mirror suddenly shattering. The dark chamber collapsed. Hinata's kaleidoscope chakra eye is better than the kaleidoscope chakra eye of this Uchiha member. After all, it is the result of hanging up the system. And this Uchiha member has just awakened. Next, it's your turn. This member of Uchiha did not immediately attack Hyuga Hayashi after he let Hyuga Hayashi get the illusion, because in his opinion, Hyuga Hayashi could not break his illusion. Therefore, this member of Uchiha turned to Uchiha Fugaku. Fugaku, you traitor, you are really a disgrace to our Uchiha clan. Cowardly, incompetent, nasty. Now, do you dare to clamor to kill me? By you, can you do it? You killed Ryosuke, I want you to pay for it. Not only you, but those 2 children of yours. However, don't worry, I will help you take good care of Mikoto. I'll let Mikoto have 2 more sons. Uchiha Fugaku was furious, and his face sank. Don't go too far. Do you really think you won? Frog at the bottom of the well. After awakening the kaleidoscope of chakra eyes, you feel that you are invincible in the world? Originally, for the sake of you awakening the kaleidoscope chakra eye, I still thought about whether to leave you with your life, as long as you can promise me not to make trouble with the Uchiha clan, be able to follow my commands. But now, I won't give you that chance. You must die. Kaleidoscope Sharingan, Do you think only you have? I have it too, and I awakened much earlier than you. A complex pattern appeared in Uchiha Fugaku's eyes. A powerful momentum erupted from Uchiha Fugaku's body. The Uchiha member's pupils shrank. You too? Why? Why are you so cowardly when you have such power? Konoha, does that scare you? Uchiha Fugaku said in a calm voice. You frogs at the bottom of the well, you have not seen the real mountains, and you think that the place where you are is the world. The strong people in this world are much stronger than you want. I have a kaleidoscope chakra eye, but there are at least 6 people in Konoha, and I am not sure to defeat them. Jiraiya, the dead wave Fong Mizumon, Sarutobi Hinata, Shimura Danzo, Tsunade, and, behind you, Hinata. Hinata? The Uchiha member showed a hint of disdain. I have hit my illusion, and it has not been broken until now. Such a person, I can kill at any time. Wrong, it's just that you don't think it's broken. In fact, Hinata Hiashi has already broken your illusion at the beginning, just pretending to show you. Hiashi, am I not wrong? Hinata smiled. It's really worthy of Fuyue, and you actually saw it. So, it's almost time to actually kill this person. What do you think? Uchiha Fugaku nodded. Good. Previously, Uchiha Fugaku was still talented, but when the Uchiha member's words insulting Mikoto came out, Uchiha Fugaku was left with only murderous intentions for him.